We all wonder what really separates the people who totally transform their lives from everyone else who just feels kind of stuck. And I'll tell you right now, it's not some huge viral breakthrough or a sudden lightning bolt of motivation. The real secret? Well, it's a lot quieter, a lot less flashy, and way, way more powerful. So let's dive into this framework for what we're calling a quiet transformation. And this quote right here, this is basically the entire idea in a nutshell. The future you're dreaming about isn't going to be forged in some big, dramatic moment down the road. No way. It's being built right now, brick by boring brick, with all those small, seemingly tiny choices you make today. So many of us, myself included, fall right into this trap. We're so busy all day, right? We're answering emails, we're running errands, we're scrolling through our feeds, and by the end of the day, we're totally exhausted. But have we actually moved any closer to our real goals? It's exactly like running on a treadmill. You're sweating, you're putting in the effort, you're tired, but you're still in the exact same spot. And this is where it gets really interesting. Our culture, our social media, everything, it absolutely celebrates the stuff on the left. The overnight successes, the grand, sweeping goals. But let's be honest, that stuff is fleeting. The real, actual, lasting change, that comes from the boring stuff on the right. That quiet discipline, those small, consistent wins that nobody else even sees. That's where the magic is. So here is the absolute crucial point. If you are tired of that treadmill, the answer isn't to just find more motivation to run faster. Because motivation, it comes and goes. What you really need is a reliable system, a framework that shows up and works for you even on the days you just don't feel like it. And here it is. This is that framework. We're going to walk through these 4 foundational pillars. I want you to think of them like the steel support beams for building a completely new life. These aren't quick fixes or life hacks. Nope. These are the core principles for real sustainable growth. All right, let's jump into pillar number 1, designing your day. This is all about taking back control from the everyday chaos. I mean, instead of waking up and immediately reacting to whatever the world throws at you, this pillar is about completely flipping that script. It's about moving through your day with intention and with clarity. And this definition just nails it, doesn't it? It's about that shift from being a passenger in your own life to being the architect of your day. When you design your day, you stop letting notifications and other people's priorities run the show. You get to be in the driver's seat. So, how do we actually do it? Well, it really boils down to these 3 simple, powerful actions. First, you control your morning. Just wake up at a consistent time. It gives your brain a rhythm to follow. Second, take 5 minutes, just 5, the night before to plan out your top priorities for tomorrow. And third, get that first easy win the second you get up. Make your bed. I know, it sounds tiny, but it sets off this amazing chain reaction of accomplishment for the rest of the day. Okay, on to our second pillar. In the world we live in, a world that is constantly, desperately trying to steal your attention, focus has become a legit superpower. This pillar is all about building a fortress around that power to protect it. And the key word there is discipline. See, focus isn't something you just find. It's something you have to actively defend. Every single notification, every quick scroll through social media, that's a micro distraction. And over time, they quietly add up and just kill your progress. So here's the game plan. First, cut out the noise. That means stepping away from unnecessary drama and conversations that just drain you. Second, you have to protect your first hour of the day like it's sacred. No phone, no email, just let your brain wake up in peace. And third, set a digital sunset. Put all your screens away at least an hour before you go to bed. It's a game changer for letting your mind actually wind down. Now for pillar number 3. This is a famous idea from Stephen Covey. Picture a woodsman, right? And he's frantically trying to cut down a tree with a really dull saw. And you walk up and you say, "Hey, why don't you take a break and sharpen your saw?" And he replies, "I can't. I'm too busy sawing." This pillar is all about remembering to take the time to sharpen your saw. And that saw is you. See, being effective isn't just about doing more stuff. It's about becoming more capable. And that means you have to continuously invest in yourself across these 4 key areas. Let's start with the mind. First step, the mind. You just can't build a new life using the same old mindset. It's impossible. You have to be actively, intentionally upgrading the way you think. And listen, this does not have to be some overwhelming project. Just read 10 pages a day. Do you know what that adds up to? Over a dozen books in a year. Learn something new for 20 minutes a day. That's over 120 hours of new skills. And taking a little time for weekly reflection, That's how you turn your experiences into wisdom, so you finally stop repeating the same old mistakes. Next up, the body. This one is so critical. Your physical energy is the fuel for everything else you do. I mean, time management means nothing if you're too exhausted to use your time. You could say time management is energy management. And it's the simple habits that create stable energy. Taking a daily walk with no podcasts, no music, gives your brain critical space to just breathe. Eating simple, healthy, even repetitive meals, that cuts down on decision fatigue. And the 2-minute movement rule, just getting up and stretching every hour, is huge for preventing that afternoon energy crash. Let's move on to our final and maybe the most important pillar, the inner game. This is all the invisible work. It's the stuff that happens on the inside that supports all of your external success. It's about building the character and the mindset of the person you actually want to become. At its core, this is about your identity. Real, lasting confidence isn't built in some big, heroic moment. It's forged in all the tiny, daily decisions where you prove to yourself over and over again that you can be trusted to do what you say you'll do. So how do you build this inner strength? First, you keep the small promises you make to yourself. Every single time you do, you build a little more self-respect. Second, practice gratitude. It literally rewires your brain to see what's good instead of what's missing. And third, and this is a big one, act before you feel ready. This one habit absolutely demolishes perfectionism because it proved that action creates confidence, not the other way around. So after you've been practicing these pillars for a few weeks, a few months, something really incredible starts to happen. And the work is quiet. It's unseen. Nobody's going to give you a round of applause for doing it. But eventually, the results become absolutely undeniable. And I want you to really let this sink in because this is the ultimate reframe. Discipline is not a punishment. It's an act of deep self-care. Every single boring habit you stick to is a vote for the future you want. You are literally protecting that future version of you from the pain of regret. And here it is. This is the payoff. The compound effect of all this focused, consistent work is just mind-blowingly powerful. Just think about it. 6 months of disappearing from all the noise and just focusing on these pillars can put you years ahead of everyone else who's still sitting around waiting for motivation to strike. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. The person you're going to be in 2026, they're watching you right now. They're hoping you don't give up on the small, quiet work that's going to change everything for them. So my question for you is, which one of these boring habits are you going to start today?